Hello, everybody. So like you said, my name is Blaze. I have been video editing for a really long time. And so what we're going to do is to start off with, we are going to start by showing you a pre-recorded video. And this pre-recorded video is a long video. And what it's going to do is it's a funny video that me and my dad made. And what we're going to do is after that, it's going to show, it then is going to show you an iPad screen. So I know there's some that, will probably be using Android and stuff, but it's basically the same concept. Video editing is the same, just different UI. So without further ado, let's show you this. Hopefully this is going to work. Had a little lag issue last time, but I think we've probably got this figured out. So give me just a second. We'll start this video. Again, it's pre-recorded, and feel free to put questions in the Q&A. If you put questions in the Q&A, once this video is over, like I said, it's a long video, goes in depth of video editing on an iPad or iPhone or whatever. And just remember, you can video edit, you can create basically whatever on whatever device. So without, again, further ado, I'm going to play this video. It's going to take me just a second. You should see it. Hopefully audio is going to be good. Hopefully we're not going to have lag issues. And then we'll then after that, we'll answer questions and things. And then, if you have any questions about like how we do green screen, how we do certain editing. I know the class before we we had people asking, well, how do we do video games? How do we put video games on the screen and then a face cam? I'll go over all that. So like I said, without further ado, I say that a lot. So let's get right into it, guys. Thanks so much for joining this class. We're going to get this started, and give me just a second. My picture should go down, and then this video should start playing. And again, if you put a question in, it's pre-recorded, so we can't answer it right now. But once this video is over, what we'll do is we'll answer the questions after it's over. All right. Without further ado, let's get this going. Here we go. Give me just a second again, and you should see the video start momentarily.
I don't think we're sharing. Oh, there it goes.
Hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? I don't see any lights on it. Hey, cameraman, is this on? This gonna be, do I need to turn my head a certain way? Okay. Hey, am I gonna be on TV? Is this gonna be like live, like zoomed out for like everybody to see? Wait, am I going back or forward? What am I supposed to be doing here? What are you doing? You're telling me to... Okay, I'm ready to start the news. All right, first off in the news, I want to let you know that we have had a big storm. This storm is actually a dust storm with fleas. Wait, cut, that's not right. That cue card doesn't say fleas. It says something else. I'm sorry. Can we cut that?
All right, and rolling.
All right, let's try this again. So
cut.
I'm Jim Bob for what?
You can't say, let's try this again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Got
Cut
this.
and rolling.
In the weather today, there were 3 quarterbacks.
Cut, you don't do weather. You're the newscaster. Okay, you're not a meteorologist
Okay.
here.
Oh, I'm not.
Okay.
Okay.
Team,
sorry.
are we ready? Okay.
Yeah, everybody
All right.
ready?
Let's try this again.
I'm gonna be on TV. This is cool.
You're going to be on TV. You went to college for this.
I'm excited.
Here we go. And action. Rolling.
All right. On the news today, I want to let you know there were some car wrecks, and there
You can't smile. You can't smile when you're doing a newscast.
I'm not doing too good, am I?
No.
Am I going to be fired after this?
I'm gonna have a talk with the management up in here, cause
All
I'm
right.
telling you, we gotta have this
Okay.
professional.
All right.
All right.
Well,
here we
maybe you can go
What is
back
this,
and
like the
fix
fifth
it.
take?
Yeah, but can't
Yeah,
you?
I've got to go in there and video edit. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Can you video edit all this out and make me
I
look
guess. I guess.
good? Can you make me look good?
Well, I mean, all you've done is mess up. You know what this means, guys?
What does this
This means
mean?
we're gonna have to do some hardcore video editing.
Oh.
But you're in the right place because you signed up for videography.
All right.
Okay, but seriously,
Let's
you
go.
gotta really do this.
Okay.
So let's try this again.
All right.
Give us some news.
All
Here
right.
we go. And take 6, or maybe 5. I don't know, but whatever. Okay. And action. We're rolling.
Hey, today in the news, we've had an eventful day. We have seen the stock markets fall, and it's not been good. There's been a lot of turmoil in the government, a lot of division, a lot of pointing fingers, and the election's coming up. We don't know who's going to win, who's going to lose, or anything like that. And we've also got some weather coming in. I'm not a meteorologist, but I've seen a little bit of wind out there, and there's some rain and some storms approaching. So be safe out there. And I just want to thank you for watching 7 Action News. Good night.
And cut. Good deal.
Was that good?
That's perfect.
Nailed
We're
it.
rolling. Good
Well,
job.
I didn't actually nail it.
But you got close.
Yeah.
That's enough.
I had a few mistakes.
Like we were saying, you're in the right place.
Okay.
Because it's time for Videography by Blaze Thomas. Let's
right.
get started.
Let's fix all my messes.
Let's do it. Cut. Hello everyone, how's everyone doing? This is Blaze here, and hope you liked that intro video. That was just kind of a joke somewhat, but what we're going to do today and what we're going to start out with is I'm going to show you how to video edit on an iPad. You can take the video that we came up with, and that was my dad, by the way. I told him, I said, we need to stage a funny video and kind of do like a news quick cast, and that's what we've done. And so we intentionally set it up where he would mess up so that I can show you how to edit that. Because let me tell you, when you're videoing and when you get into the video stuff, nobody's perfect, okay? Unless we're talking about, Jesus. Jesus was a perfect man. But we have to think about this. Nobody's perfect. So everybody's going to mess up. So how do you do that? When you're videoing, it's not as easy as you just setting up a camera, pushing record, getting in front of it, and just making sure, you're going to have issues. You're going to say things that you're like, oh, wait, I don't want to say that. Or, well, that's not the right word. I want to switch that up. And you're like, well, how do I do that? Well, that's where video editing comes into play. Or there's more things like, oh, someone messes up, or they don't do the right word, or things like that. You have to figure out how to video edit. So today we're going to talk all about video editing. So what we're going to do is I'm going to explain more about this, but hopefully you liked that video and I had you laughing. That was the whole point. We're going to come in there and we're going to actually now dive into that video and edit it and make it look good. Okay, we're going to add graphics, text, all that stuff. So to start with, I'm going to be using CueCut Pro, which is an iPad app, okay, also available for your iPhone. There's a lot of Android apps out there for you Android users, and it's great, okay? No matter if you like Android or Apple or whatever, it doesn't matter. Really, Apple or Samsung, excuse me, not Android. See, it would be something like that I would want to cut out, but I'm not going to for the purpose of this video. But, somebody makes a mistake like that or they say the wrong company, you can edit that out and make it better. What you got to do is you look for those pauses in the words. Where can I stop this video and start the video again? Where can I do that? So let's get right into editing on this video. So the first video I'm bringing up, I'm going to start up as a new clip. So first of all, let's go over here to movies, okay? And what we're going to do is this shows me all of my projects, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to click the add button, okay? And it's going to say new movie, okay? We can name this whatever. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to put in newscast and create. Now, this may pop up and you may be like, Blaze, what is this? Well, let me explain this. Okay, so HD is high definition, okay? SD is standard definition, kind of makes sense. SD, HD. And then you got square. Now, you'll use square for like if you're creating like a square thing, but most of the filming you're going to do for like YouTube, Facebook, whatever, is all done on HD. Now, you also can see we've got, HD, SD, square. We've also got landscape, portrait. Okay, so landscape is, like if you're filming your phone, not like, you may get, some of you may have this, some of you may be way too young, but Instagram, okay? If you look at the videos that are on Instagram, most of them are shot in what's called portraits, where your phone is basically, it's where it's just kind of, I don't know what the word is, I can't think of it, but it's like straight up, basically. And then when you're on landscape, it's turned to the side, if that makes sense. So landscape is turned to the side, and portrait is straight up. Now, why is that important? Well, what's important is you need to know what you're going to film in. If you're going to keep your phone straight up and you're going to film in what we call portrait, then you need to switch to portrait so you can edit in portrait. But if you're going to do landscape, you need to edit in landscape. This video was done in landscape, okay, the video that I just shot with my dad. Okay, so we want to make sure that this is selected on landscape. Now, we have a choice called background color, okay? You can pick whatever you want. Typically, I just leave it black, but it depends. If there's something special, I got a video edit or something like that, I might change the color. But most of the time, like I said, I keep it on black. Okay, frame rate, you can mess around with this. 30 frames per second is what I typically put it on, but sometimes you can do 60 or 120. Just really depends. In this case, you have the option of 60, 720p, 30, which typically 30, 1080p basically, 25, 24. Not much selection on here, but when we switch over to Premiere, that's when you'll have a big selection. We'll go over more of that information, but right now we're looking at this. Okay. And then display fixed cover image and movies page, basically that's where your projects are shown. Whatever's kind of on your screen, it's a fixed image, things like that. We really don't have to worry about that. But we've got everything set right. We've got, again, this is CapCut Pro that we're editing on. Okay, so I'm on my iPad, but it's kind of the same process on Android devices. So, but it may look a little bit different on software editing, but it's basically kind of the same concept. You're going to notice the same concept between an iPad and my computer that's running Premiere. We'll look at Premiere in just a few moments, but here we go. So let's click done on this because we're done, and we'll see this. Okay, this is what I call the building stages. Okay, this is where the video editing takes place. So to start with, we want to click add, and we're going to go to video. Okay, we're going to find this video. In this case, this is the video right here. Now, just a second ago, you saw my mom down below. Worked on some video editing stuff for the school and stuff, and she was in it. So I'm big into video editing. I do a lot of video editing, especially for the school. So when you click on a clip, you'll get lots of menus. Okay, you got cancel, you got the play button, audio only, choose. When you click cancel, that just takes it off. When you click play, you can preview what you're about to put in. Audio only is just your audio. So if you want to, if you've got a video and it's a lyric video, but you don't want to show the lyric video, you just want to have the audio, you'll click audio only. But in this case, we want the video, so we're going to click choose. Now what's going to happen is, and this process may take a minute or two, what's happening is, I shot this on my phone, okay, my iPhone, and it shoots in 4K, okay. Now, CapCut Pro typically only runs in 1080p, so what it's doing is it's compressing our 4K, which I don't want to get too advanced with this, but 4K is the resolution. So typically games are in 4K. If a game is in 4K, it's high resolution. Okay, there's a difference between 4K, 1080p, 720, stuff like that. So in this case, this video was filmed in 4K, and so it's compressing now to 1080p because CapCut Pro can really only do 1080p at this point. So this takes a minute, so we'll just give it just a little bit of time here. What this is doing is this is compressing together, and it's basically saying, okay, this clip right here, we realize this is a really big clip, and so we're going to compress it down to where it's not so much and that the software can actually use it. So if you shoot the video, there's options on your phone, and I'll talk more about this, but there's options on your phone that you can do that can actually you could actually control the size of it. So if I would have shot this in 720, it instantly loads. If I would have shot this in 1080, it would have instantly loads. But in this case, I shot it in 4K. Now, you want to, I know this may take a little bit of time to compress, but you want to film in the highest resolution. But you just got to watch out for one thing, storage. Storage could be your worst enemy because it may say, hey, you're trying to film in 4K, well, you don't have enough storage for that. You need to film in 1080p, and the higher the resolution, the more storage. Basically, remember that. Now, I know, hopefully, I'm not getting too advanced. That was not my intention. I don't intend on getting advanced, but I just want to let everyone know. Okay, video's done. Okay, so over to the side, this is our preview menu. Okay, this is our preview menu. So we look at this, and we're like, okay, this is our preview. We can take a look at this. We can play it, all that stuff. Now, what I want to do is hopefully this doesn't mess my voice up. You know, being able to talk over it, it shouldn't. Let me make sure my audio here is a little on the downside, just a little bit, so make sure you guys can hear me. But we're going to play this clip now, not the whole clip because I know kind of where we're taking out. But first of all, if we're editing, we have a start point. Okay, I call it a start point, and then we have an end point. And I'll explain more about this later when we get into Premiere and stuff. But this, we want to start with the start point. So in this case, all this we want to skip because we know this is a joke. Okay, this was a joke. He edited it to be a joke, just to kind of show you. But we want to cut all this because this is just not good information. So what do you do when you're trying to cut stuff? Well, first of all, we got to figure out kind of where we're at. So if we skip, if we kind of remember where the good video came into play, we're still skipping here, and we could come over here and play it, you could clearly see, let's go to the end of the clip. Okay, so here's the end of the clip. So there's about, I'd say 30-second video where it was actually good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to play it, and we'll see where we're at. Hopefully this doesn't interrupt me. I'll just let it play for a minute, and we'll figure out where we're at. Hold on.
Turmoil in the government, a lot of division, a lot of pointing fingers, and the election's coming up.
Okay, so this is good. This is what we call good, okay? So we got to figure out where something messed up and where things got good. So let's see. Again, this is kind of fake news, but we just had to make something up.
All right.
Okay, but seriously,
Let's
you
go.
got to really do this.
Okay.
So let's try this again.
All right.
Give us some news.
All
Here
right.
we go. And take 6, or maybe 5. I don't know, but whatever. Okay, and action. See, so what I just did is I found where our good clip starts, okay? And you need to make sure you know this, okay? But what we're looking for is when you look at a clip, it's got a good starting point and it has to have a good ending point. That's the whole point of the video. And in this case, this is our starting point. This is the good starting point. So we've got to now come in here and we've got to figure out where our end point is, which is basically the end of the video. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a little ad lib in this. We're going to tweak around with this. And we're going to make this video good. Now, we're not going to get too advanced. We're not going to green screen. As you can see, we don't have a green screen behind us. We may do a little green screen later in the video. But right now, we're just kind of starting with quick editing. Quick, simple stuff. So let's get right into it. So here we go. Let's take a look again. We want to locate the starting point, and we've basically done that. But we have to think about this. Well, I can cut it, but really all I'm seeing is by, let's see, if I'm not mistaken, we're looking at seconds. Well, I need to be in milliseconds. I need to see more seconds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this little lever like this, and I'm going to stretch this out, and you're going to notice that it expands significantly because what we're doing is we're expanding the timeline. That's what that's called. Everything is done on the timeline when it comes to video editing. So what we're going to do is it may seem like it's faster down below when I push play, but it's not. It's just we separated it, we spaced it out. So yes, it's going to be faster to get to that clip. So let's look at this. And action. We're rolling.
Hey, today in the news.
Okay, so we got to find where the hey, today in the news. We're rolling. Hey, so we look at his mouth, and that right there tells me that right there is where we need to start. So we're going to click on this clip, and a bunch of tools pops up. Now, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We are going to have to come in here, and we're going to click the crop button. Just like that. Or the cut button, I mean. Not crop, cut. Okay. Now, where are we at? Well, as you can see, we still got the clips, right? Absolutely. But if you think about it, there's still these two clips together, but they're really not together because we cut them. So what do we do? How do we get this clip gone? You know what we do? We double click. Again, your tools bring up, it's just a little trash can button, click that, bam. Look at this. So I'm gonna swipe all the way and I'm gonna kind of zoom back out so I can see kind of a full timeline here. And as you can see, this is our whole video from the start to the end. So let's play this.
Hey, today in the news we've had...
Oh, I found a mistake. Did you hear my voice? I cannot be heard on this video. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna edit it. So we're gonna edit just a little bit more, ever so slightly, just probably like that. And I bet you my voice is out of it.
Hey, today in the news...
I still heard it just a little bit, so I'm gonna zoom in just a little bit more. Pull just a little bit, right about there. And we'll make this smooth in just a second.
Hey, today in the news we've had an eventful day.
Just like that, and perfect. See, now we've got the good parts of the news. So now let's locate to the ending, okay? We're gonna locate to the ending. Well, so here's our ending. So where do we want to stop this? Well, if you saw in the first of the video, he turned the camera on, basically. You're going to do the same way. If somebody goes and turns the camera on in front, they do their own camera, you have to go in there, and the best advice I give you is figure out where they're going to be at and where they start, and then about a frame or a clip right before that, you'll cut it, and then bam. So really, can you do professional video by yourself? Absolutely, and here's why. Because you can actually video edit yourself. See, you can film yourself and edit. Really, he did the filming. Yes, I was there, but I'm coming in here and I'm video editing it. And now it looks like we've got a professional production crew, and we didn't have one. So you can actually make videos that are terrible turn out to be amazing, and that's the whole point of this. Now, let's keep on going, and let's find out where he leaves the seat, because that's where we want to do another cut on the clip. So let's look.
Message.
Let's do it. Cut. So right there, did you hear the cut? Cut. We want to take that out. Listen.
Fix all my messes.
Let's do it. Cut. Right about there. We're going to cut this clip, and we're going to erase it. Now, you notice this is not smooth.
Hey, today in the news.
It's just straight up there. I mean, it's just like, wow, just right there. Let's watch this. Let's do it. Okay, see, it's not smooth. So how do we make this smooth? Well, we're not going to get real advanced in this, but we're going to look at what's called transitions. So we'll click this little, like, looks kind of like a kind of a marker with some arrows right here, and a new window pops up, and this program can get really advanced, especially, and what's crazy is it's on your iPad. I mean, it's one thing when you have an advanced program like Premiere, but this is on your iPad. So click the add button, and again, we're going to start out with just something simple. We're going to do a fade in, a fade out. Now look and check this out. Does it automatically for you. I pulled to the front of the clip, and let's click play.
Hey, today in the news we've had an eventful day. We have seen this.
Check this out. Look at this. See?
All my messes.
Let's do it. Perfect. Just like that. Smooth as I'll get out. It's all smooth. It's all put together, smooth. It works perfect. Now, we want to talk about another thing. How do we add text on here? Well,
in the news we've had an eventful day.
About right here, I'm going to put some text, and I'm going to put his name. But first of all, I noticed something here. This text is way too big. So I'm going to come over here to this little A, and you may see this on a lot of programs. A with a couple arrows, and I'm going to pull this down, and you're going to notice it's going to lower. Now, again, we're not going to get too advanced. I'm just going to put Rocky T. Okay, and what I'm going to be able to do is I'm going to be able to bring my preview screen up bigger, and I'm going to be able to shrink this, and I'm going to be able to bring it maybe to the corner here. So this says Rocky T, right? I want to bring it up just a little bit because the Y was being cut off. Okay, and then what I want to do is to make this even more professional, so you can see where the rocky starts right here. Okay, I'm trying to go slow here, but I'm getting a little advanced because there's going to be some out there that want me to get advanced, and there's some that doesn't want me to get advanced, but we got to get a little advanced so that you have something to learn. So here we go. So we've got the text here comes into play. Now we want to make this smooth. So you know what we're going to do? First of all, we're going to extend this just a little bit out. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my same thing with transition, and I'm going to fade in and fade out. Now what we're going to do is you're going to notice this Rocky T is going to pop up real smooth.
Beautiful day. We have seen the stock markets fall, and it's
Check that out. So that's smooth, okay? So now what we want to do is how exactly would we put something behind it? Well, first of all, we need to locate where it's fully at. So once it passes the blue on there, you see on the timeline, we notice, hey, this is it. So we're going to click add again. We're going to do self-draw. Now, this is where it can get really fun. You can draw all you want on this, but in this case, we want to put something over the Rocky T, okay, to make it kind of look more professional, more pop. So we're going to click done. What I did is I dragged a black box, okay, and you're probably like, Blaze, what are you doing? What are you trying to do here? Okay, I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. If you notice, the black overtakes the Rocky. Now, why is that? Why is that? Because it's how I've got it set up in the timeline. So how do we fix this? Well, what we do is we actually bring the text over the black box. And look at that. Now, this doesn't look overly professional, but I mean, we're editing on an iPad. But you can get pretty advanced with some of this stuff. But now we've got another problem here. The text comes in way sooner than the black box. So what we're going to do, we got to figure out where it ends, right about here. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to add the black box, and I'm going to put it to about right there. Okay? And this may happen. Whoa, it just went off course. It did. But if you hold it down and you drag it, you can reset it back on that timeline. Now that's pretty close right there. So now I can double click and I can do the same thing with the transitions. Okay, so we'll click here, we'll add transition, fade in and fade out. A lot of your fade in and fade outs are the best thing. Okay, and yes, I see it's just a little bit off, but that's not a big deal. We can just stretch that out and be done with it. Okay, let's play this. Check this out.
Eventful day. We have seen the stock markets fall, and it's not.
Check that out. Rocky T pops up, black box is followed with it, and then it follows back. So basically, what have we done today so far? Well, we've taken a clip that was really, really bad, and we've turned it really, really good. We've added text on the screen. We've done things like that. It's basically the same thing for pictures. You just do photo. You can look through your photos. You add a photo in, and it's easy like that. We don't have enough time to fully go over everything from that point of view, but explore. Download some video editor apps on whatever device you're on right now to watch this Zoom. Download video editor apps and start video editing. Go outside, film live, okay? What I mean by that, I mean like plants, trees. Film stuff like that, and then take it into video editing and just explore. And let your creativity show. Because I know all of you have a big creative mind. And you can take that and the gift that God's given you, and you can turn it into something fabulous. Because let me tell you something. You may wonder, well, how does videography have anything to do with God? These videos that we put together, these professional videos that we've learned how to video edit, and God's given us this gift, is reaching people and it's saving souls. So that's how this works. We're video editing and we're benefiting the kingdom. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully I didn't get too advanced, but just get in here and explore. Get in the video editing and explore. I can tell you everything to do in the world, but until you really get in here and explore and figure out how to do it, it's not going to work. Now you have to wonder, okay, how do I export this video? Because people are going to say that. How do I play this video? Push the little play button,
and it's
up here at the top, starts playing. To export it, and you could actually change some of the settings while you're in the video. Just click the little settings button. Bam. Everything that popped up in the start page is right here. Now, to export, we're going to click right here, okay? You can send it by email, send it to YouTube, send it to Facebook. In this case, we're going to show you how to export it to the device photos. So we're going to export to album, and there you go. Like I said, CueCut Pro can't handle full 4K video, so it compresses it to 1080p. See this? High quality 1080, high quality 720, medium quality, low quality. So in this case, what do we want to select? Well, we're going to go with the highest, which is 1080p. This is a quick, because it's a quick video that we just put together, so it's going to not take very long. It's exporting the video, and we're done. All right, without further ado, let's switch back over to the computer, and I'll be back with y'all shortly. Y'all have a blessed day, but like I said, I'm going to be right back on. Give us just a second and we'll be right back on. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, so I hope you liked that video and explaining kind of on the basics of video editing on an iPad. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a clip for you. I think it's about a minute or two, where I had to do a newscast for a school group, or actually it was a church group. I was helping them out do a video that we posted on Facebook and stuff, and this is my part. Now here's the thing, my goal in life is to become a meteorologist, so I'm a future meteorologist, as I call it. So if you don't know what a meteorologist is, we mentioned it in the video, it's a weatherman. It's a guy who tells the weather. So you'll notice that I'll bring in weather stuff, and we did some video editing and stuff. We did use a green screen, I did, and I went in and used programs and stuff and created it all. And so just watch it. Hopefully you like it. This kind of demonstrates a little bit of my skill and what I can do. And we'll, you know, we can't get too advanced. We can't get overly advanced in this case where I show you how to make this specific video, because it's not easy. So video editing can be two ways. It can either be easy or it can be really hard. And so what we're starting out with the easy stuff, and then we can get real advanced, real hard and stuff once we learn the easy stuff. So in this case, we've learned kind of the basics and stuff. Hopefully you guys like this, and hopefully it's going to help you significantly, and you can make some awesome videos for your church. Hey, no matter your age, you can do it. When I was 7, I do believe I was 7, I started video editing. Seriously, 7 years old. It's either 7 or 8. And I'm telling you, from where I'm at now, I've significantly improved, but I'm telling you, you don't let your age stop you from doing something. If you're young, let that be a blessing, because you can come in there and you can make some awesome videos. So make some awesome videos for your church. Okay, let's play this little clip. And again, it's kind of staged, it's kind of fake. So the news, the weather, all that stuff is fake, but it does kind of turn into something real somewhat. So without further ado, let's roll that clip. Here we go. Hello. I'm meteorologist Blaze Thomas, and I'm going to give you an inside look into your forecast. Let's first talk about what's happening right now. Currently, right now, we have temperatures in the upper 60s to lower 70s all across the state, especially in South Arkansas. We have a big cold front that's going to be making its way into the state in the next couple days, and that's going to bring temperatures from the upper 70s all the way to the lower 30s. Yeah, you heard me right, lower 30s. And even wind chills could be in the lower 20s. Significant cold front. Let's look at it. See, here we go. See, the cold front's moving in. You have temperatures in the 70s, and on this other side, you have temperatures in the 30s. Again, huge cold front. All right, with that being said, couple tornadoes hit northeastern Arkansas. We were tracking that earlier, so we did have some severe weather in these last couple days. With that being said, I want to take a look at future radar. Let's look at future radar. So as you can see, we have this. Okay, something's up with our system. I don't know what's going on. This has never happened before. Man, we're live on air. Okay, let's go back to Abby. Back to you, Abby. Hello, everyone. We're back here. Hopefully you guys like that. We've got lots and lots and lots of questions that have came in. We've got tons and tons and tons of people that are on here. And so, let me just see here. We're going to start with the questions and stuff. The first questions that came in, we've got lots, like I said, lots and lots of questions. So I'm going to try to answer a lot of these if we can. And so we're going to start with right here. The app to first start out with, the app is CueCut Pro. Now there is some questions saying, well, why are you doing QCut Pro and it costs money when you can do iMovie for free? Okay, I stand corrected. QCut Pro actually is for Android. I looked it up while that video was going on, and you can actually get it for the Google Play Store. You cannot get iMovie for Google Play. So I basically just taught you a multi-platform software. Now, I was gonna go into depth on like Premiere Pro, which is a really advanced software, but that's only made for your computer. But in this case, you know, I don't think I have enough time, and that gets really, really, really advanced, and that's a very expensive program. So QCut Pro there's a pro version. It's like $5. There's a free version, so you can start editing free and learn everything without having to pay the $5. But again, it is a little expensive, but it is a good program. A question came in, well, what's the difference between iMovie and QCut Pro? Because some use iMovie to edit on an iPad. Well, iMovie is a great application, and I love iMovie. I use iMovie some, but iMovie does have a lot of limitations. So does QCut Pro. Every program on your phone is going to have some typical, I wouldn't say restriction, but just limitation to it. So in this case, iMovie's built for more video, and then next video, and the next video, and maybe putting a voice overlay or a photo or something. But with QCut Pro, and it's cute, as in cute, cut Pro, not Q, but it's cute. And so the difference between that is what you're able to do is it's more like a timeline based. So in this case, it's more to, for instance, you know, you're able to change some things. That's like we were able to add text on the screen and things. If you're trying to film like games, you're going to want to do QCut Pro or some editor that really can give you the timeline. Now, let's go and let's look at some of these questions, some more questions here, because we do have a little bit of time, and I'm going to try to answer them. Let me start here because we've got a lot here. How do you film yourself playing Roblox? Okay, I'm going to answer this question from this perspective and then talk about kind of how you do it with, like, if you have a game or something. What you can do is what you're able to do, and this is my best advice that I would give you, is if you're doing like if you're doing like Roblox, I would find some type of screen recorder. Apple makes their own screen recorders. If you're doing it off an Apple, Android, there's different ones. Just find some way of recording your screen and then importing it to QCut Pro. And then once you do that, you can, you know, because you'll have to start the record, then jump into the app, and then come back. So then that's where you need to edit and put your start point and your end point, okay? What I did is on that video, I located to where the good part started of the news, and I went to the end of it to make sure I had that full clip, and then I cut it. That might have been a little confusing. I apologize for that, but that's what I did. It's best to know where you start out, where your start is good, and where your end is good, but you want to edit really at the beginning and then go to the end. So, but hopefully that answers that question. Let me hold on just a second. Let's keep looking at this Q&A here. We've got so many here. What source are y'all going to be using for? Oh, that was QCut Pro. Let's see. QCut Pro. Now, this question is Blaze. What app do you use? Well, typically I edit on QCut Pro. Now, again, I do have a advanced program called Premiere Pro, which is what the big like TV stars and TV people use and stuff to edit. So I do use that a lot as well. But if I'm just kind of shooting something with my phone or just got to make a quick edit, I'll just do that all on QCut Pro. So, and let's see here. Yeah, age 16. I'm 16 years old. What is background color? Okay, background color. Okay, when I first brought that video up, you saw that first little thing up at the beginning. Background color is when you saw in the preview, you saw that big black is like a big black box to start out with before I put a clip. If I were to change that background color to like a blue, it would have went blue. See, on my screen recording video, if you looked at the border, it was blue because I went in there and I set the background to blue because the initial size of the iPad when I was screen recording didn't match what QCut Pro was, so I put the blue background around it to make it kind of fit in and look cool. So, and can we get the video? I think they're going to post it maybe somewhere. So if you guys, have any questions, not really questions, but if you want to see what I did again, you can do it. Is it for money? Yes. QCut Pro is for money. It is, I think it's either $4.99 or $5.99. But like I said, you could start with the free version. Start with the free version, play around with it, get to know all about it, and then I would buy it. Because here's the thing, I never go out and just buy a new program just to buy it. I'm gonna do research. I'm gonna figure out how it works. Listen, YouTube is gonna be your best friend when it comes to video editing. Let me tell you, there are so many tutorials on YouTube about Premiere, QCut Pro. I mean, look it up and you'll be able to find tons, okay? Let's see. I use iMovie. Is QCut Pro better or iMovie better? Like I said, it just depends kind of on a preference. If you're filming more of like a video and then another video and then another video, definitely iMovie. But if you want to get kind of advanced on the editing software, QCut Pro is going to be your best bet. How did you add the voice in there? The voice was added by that screen recorder that Apple does use. It has a microphone on button. And so what I was doing is I was just screen recording me editing, and I edited and put it all together. So there was a little editing work that went into that video that you just saw a minute ago. That was not actually live. We didn't just do that video. We did it yesterday night. And so we put it together, and that's what you've seen. So that's why I'm coming back in here now and answering these questions. Now, let's see. So are you doing editing right now? No, this was pre-recorded. How did you stretch it out to milliseconds? Okay, this is a great question. Great question. Okay, if you take, hopefully you guys can see this. If you're on the screen, okay, let me get my phone. I don't think this is gonna work very well, but okay, you can see my phone, okay? So I'm gonna take my fingers like this. Hopefully you guys can see it, and I'm gonna pinch. Once I pinch on that screen, it's then going to either make it, typically you're expanding and you're showing more, and so more milliseconds will pop up, and this will pull it less. So then instead of it going by milliseconds, it will go to seconds when you pull it, and then back to milliseconds. Hopefully that made sense. Now let's take a look at how do you use green screen. Now again, I can't get real big into this in editing, but there are some apps on your phone, even iMovie will do green screen. Now that right there is a plus for iMovie rather than QCut Pro. QCut Pro does not do green screen, but iMovie does. So you can do green screen on iMovie. And sometimes I will use the video that I made, that first video of the weather, was actually, I created that I edited with QCut Pro and another green screen program, and also kind of threw it in Premiere too. So a lot of different programs, but that was a pretty advanced video. That took me a while to do it. How do you film yourself? Okay, playing Roblox, I already answered that. What video editing apps would you recommend? Really just any that are good, that can give you what you want. If you download one and you're like, oh, this got so many limitations, delete it, go on. Find you one that you love, that you can play around with, because the best thing to do is figure it out yourself. Just go in there and just start playing around with it. I didn't learn off YouTube. I didn't learn off people. I just went in there and I started playing around with it. And you learn quickly what this does and what this doesn't do and what this can do and all that stuff. So the best thing is just play around with it. There's other apps if you really want to get advanced, like Premiere, called Final Cut Pro. That's really for Mac. That's expensive too. Premiere is a great program, and I would utilize that and I would show you it, but it's really advanced. And so if we, did this later at some point, or we had another class, I might could teach you guys that, but we don't. So this is just a quick one. Let's see, how much is QCut? Well, like I said, there's a free version, but typically it's either $4.99 or $5.99. Not 100% sure on that. Can you find it on any iPhone? Yes, go to your Google Play Store, go to your App Store, things like that. But I do want to say this. As I was looking, there was some things that showed QCut Pro for free download. Do not try those, okay? I'm just giving you the warning. Typically, those, when you see an app that typically costs for free, there's something going on here. Just a word of advice, security thing. So if you look up QCut Pro on Google and you see QCut Pro free download for Android, do not click on it, because typically you'll download the app and it will be a virus. Just giving you a warning. So let's see what other questions we've got here. We've got so many. Are you a YouTuber? I am a YouTuber. Yes. I haven't posted in a while. You might can find my channel. I don't know. It's H-T-W and today. So How would you put a background in iMovie? So I'm guessing you're meaning like with the green screen, when you click when you click on a clip, I think there's a button to the side that is like I think it's 3 dots, and you click on it, and then what it'll do is I think it'll tell you different features. You can do like picture in picture, green screen, something else, something else. You just have to look into that because I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember that. What green screen do you use? I do have a green screen up in my room. I'm not using a green screen here. This is just a virtual background. That's why it looks pretty bad. I mean, what it's doing is it's basically taking my face and it says, hey, there's a face. And let me just tell you, if you're video editing and your green screen kind of looks like this, you're doing it wrong. I mean, you know, because typically green screens are supposed to be sharp. They're supposed to look really good. And you're not supposed to tell that there's a green screen or background or something like that. Also want to talk to you guys. Another thing about lighting, make sure you know your lighting is good. Make sure you got good lighting. And stabilize your video. I was going to show you how to do that on Premiere, but that's really advanced. But just make sure when you're filming that you keep your camera steady and put it on a tripod. You don't want to be like, hey, how you doing? What's up? You know, and just move it all around. You know, guys, that's going to make people not want to watch your video and instantly turn it off. So let's see. Can you edit a pic? Kinda. Before I got Photoshop, I actually, believe it or not, and I'll be honest with you, I used CueCut Pro to make flyers. Yeah, I use video editing software to make flyers. And I know that sounds crazy, and you're probably like, Blaze, what? No way. Did you really? Yes, I did. And was it smart? I mean, it got the job done. So now I got Photoshop, so I can just pull up on Photoshop. But you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. And yeah, I already mentioned.
Show them how to change it.
Okay, so let me demonstrate something to you real quick. Like I'm saying in the lighting, you got to make sure you got good lighting. This right here is terrible lighting. I've got sun coming in on this side. I've got me dark here. And what I've done is I've got a little light here that balances it. So make sure, again, just to demonstrate, lighting has to be good. So do I do CueCut Pro on YouTube? Yes. Look up CueCut Pro on YouTube, and you'll be able to find videos all about it. Yes, let me put here. I'll put it in the chat real quick. People want me to chat my YouTube name, so let me just do this. I don't know if you'll be able to find it, so just because sometimes I post and sometimes I don't, and I think I've taken down all my videos here lately. HTW Today. All right, I just put it in there. Look that up, HTW Today, and so hold on. Well, I just full screen that. Holy cow, there's lots of messages coming in. You should always put in your flash, right? Depends. You don't want to over your light. Like, for instance, this has multiple modes. Let me demonstrate to you this. Okay, you can see I've got this on max. You can see it's really brightened up my face. That's not what we want. We want it to be a balance. So I typically set this down just a little bit, about right here, and it balances it. Another thing, you don't want to put the light right in front of you in your glasses. You see I got a glare there on my glasses. You got to make sure you don't have a glare on your glasses. So let's see. What lighting do you use? Well, this one I actually just picked this up the other actually yesterday. Can't remember the company of it, but just I went to Walmart and they had a light circle bar thing, and I bought it. It was like $20. Not bad, and it's lighting it up, balancing really well. Very impressed. Can you do CueCut on a computer? Absolutely. A Mac only though. That's the downside. I do believe it's just a Mac, but they do have it. If you got a Mac, you can edit on a computer. Now there was somebody with another question here. When I see you on TV, yes. So again, my goal is to become a future meteorologist, and my goal is to be on TV. So that is my goal. So maybe if you watch Arkansas weather eventually, we've got new subscribers. Looks like my phone just lit up. So awesome. All right, but guys, just make sure that you just let your creativity show. But again, benefit the glory. Just give God all the glory, because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. And this is, we just make sure again that you're doing everything to benefit the kingdom. All right, let's finish this out, Dad. We're going to finish something real quick, guys. We're going to finish real quick for you. And to end this, we want to end with, we do have other talents, like I sing and rap. He raps.
Yeah.
So we're going to finish this up real quick, and we're going to do this, and then we'll be done.
Yeah, y'all
Thanks
wanna
so
hear it?
much for tuning in, guys. Here we go.
All right, Blaze.
Seeking waited all my life for days. God told me it's coming to fight for days. He can do no sin was made to be sin. So fucking big cold and righteousness. Before for me the woman, there be them and trying to pursue me. We're gonna spirit pray for me. But the Holy Ghost place consume me. So we got the crossroad. They're gonna believe people like the low. Be small but a peaceful so people. Bring there what is up for the Rico. Overseas and in the Middle East. Dynasties making it on my knees. Be my light and my salvation. Children the wretched and I'm here for the peace.
Woo! So here we are again, picked up that pad and pens, blown my mind to begin to rhyme back in 89, see where I've been and where he's brought me from. Look what the Lord has done, but the spirit we will love will come to the mercy seat. Is where I run, seeking bread in the race, and I've been seeking the face, and I've been telling them all about the wonderful grace, how my sins have been erased. I was headed for the flames, but it took my place, and I will never stop, never quit. Even if they call me a hypocrite, he's infinite, omnipotent, he's music, and I'm the instrument. Look back on my life, see him in the mountains, see him in the valley, see him in the parkway, see him in the alley, Oklahoma, Florida, and all the way to Cali. Not once has he forsaken us, can't believe where he's taking us, molding us and shaping us. The spirit of the Lord's awakening us. So we're looking to the future, but we're thankful for the past. Heaven and earth gonna pass away. His word will always last. See, he's there for the brokenhearted. He's waiting for the ones departed. See, we started from the bottom and we come a long way. Trust me, we just getting started. That's right. Whose side you on? We looking for soldiers. Somebody gonna benefit the way to keep it real. Man, I had to feel like a rap for Jehovah's over. Yes.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Blaze, and your dad there for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Just a reminder that we have the worship night Sunday night with Yancey. So make sure you get your friends and family together for that and enjoy that. And the videos will be on later today. Don't forget to catch that as you're going on. So we're going to go ahead and end this for today. So we're glad you came. Hope you learned something. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the digital experience.
See y'all. Everybody be blessed.